Thanks for everybody for making the journey here today and being here today, making the effort. Really appreciate it. Just to give a little bit of background to the project, where we started, we started actually the delivery of the project 2 years ago now. Like a lot of things, we were interrupted by COVID. But it was a great kind of determination by people to stick with it and come back, and we really appreciated that. It's about giving you an opportunity to meet people you hadn't met before and to maybe reconnect with people you'd met over those months ago. It's about reflecting on the programme, what you personally got out of it, because the programme, as you know, tries to kind of it doesn't avoid looking at the hard questions. And this morning is about that as well. It's not we're not sugarcoating the reality of where we are today as a society. So this morning will be like the Epilogues program, it'll be challenging. I want to acknowledge as well, I think it's important to say this, I want to acknowledge the support of the Joseph Rowntree Charitable Trust. That support has enabled us to do the work with yourselves over the course of this last year.
We're delighted you're here. We're delighted people who found it difficult to come here. There's different relationships to the fact that the British Queen is gone here in this room, and people have come here regardless of that. But you're here, and other people are going, so what? Well, it's important that these kind of courageous acts get taken. They mightn't be courageous for somebody else, but they're courageous for us. Why are we doing epilogues? Why do we create epilogues? History, despite its wrench and pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. So that's why we're looking back. That's why we're looking at the hard stuff. It's not because we're morbid. It's because we care about each other, and we care that we've been killing each other on this island, and we're trying to understand why. What's it about?
At the end of the inquest, when we were told Manus was unlawfully killed and posed no threat or danger, we were happy with that, but we'd already knew that, so it doesn't bring us any forward. Or I think the only hope we had that day coming out of court was that it would give other people the insight to follow it through to the end, because it's all about being relentless with them. We didn't get justice, but we did get truth, but the truth we already knew. But they have that on record meant a lot to us. An inquest is every human being's basic right when they're killed. Everybody that was killed gets in it. If you have an accident today, you'll have an inquest. They'll have an autopsy report and an inquest. The tragedy with Manus was he was 15 when he was killed, and the outcome of the inquest didn't come until 2 days before his 60th birthday. So there's no justice there.
That statute of limitations just makes a complete mockery of justice and of the fact that there's been families that have been crying out for justice for many, many years. And ironically, this is why they're saying they did bring it in, because anything that's happened in the past hasn't really worked. But I would challenge the authorities by saying, but what have you really put in place that you've really tried to make work? If you really had the will to pursue all those cases, to ask difficult questions, to bring people to court, and yes, where there's evidence to put people behind bars, if you really had the will to do that, then I think you could do it. John Boucher, Operation Canova, has proven that where there's a will, there's a way, and he has 31 cases he's brought to the Crown Prosecution Service, and it remains to be seen what happens with those. But the evidence is there, and where it's there, it should be pursued. So I don't agree with the British government when they say that there's nothing that can be done. And you do have to ask questions as well about what's behind the British government's thinking in this one. And we all know, of course, that it's about protecting veterans.
I didn't realise it before, and it has had an impact on my whole life, the Troubles.
And when I could sit with people and have open and honest discussions, it did help me. And also then was able to realise that sometimes we're not all the same.
No child is born a Catholic or a Protestant. They are not born with those beliefs. It is bred into them, and if it's hatred in them, then it comes from their peers, their family, their areas, and not just the Protestant side, both sides.
My main concern from all of it, for all of us, is the living crisis at the minute. It affects everybody, and that comes from women and men. And if we had a government, a proper running government, to sort out the problem.
There is no way that the system that we live in here in this country will work unless we try to do something to change it.
What we need to do is to challenge our own sectarian thoughts and actions, because we all have them, no matter how deeply we have tried to bury them. Challenge ourselves first, and then continue to challenge the young people and counter what they say in as much of an educated manner that we can. We need to get rid of sectarianism.
It's up to us as individual women then to take our stand going forward also, as well as collectively.
I think what we need to do is unite as women and all help for our children, for our grandchildren, and really do our utmost to try to make a better place to live.
Knowledgeable,
Persistent,
hopeful,
together,
inspired,
hopeful,
Embrace,
stuck,
hopeful,
confused, vision, on my feet,
inspired, reminded,
fate must go on,
anxious, confused, solidarity, truth, worry, communication,
Concern, challenge.
Thank you. Brilliant.
I thought this morning's event was very, very interesting. There was a lot more women there from more backgrounds than I had previously met.
Well, I think the morning went better than I was expecting, because it's in Belfast and it's what I just realised was across the road from the peace line, which I actually didn't realise was real. I come from rural Northern Ireland, and it was just nice to see the Belfast women's perspectives against the rural perspectives.
A long road ahead, but hopefully if everybody's willing to take part, and hopefully we'll make changes for the better of the community.